Hi! I know what you're thinking, Popey, your hair's a goddamn mess, and to that I say, that's mean. Don't be mean. Today we're going to be talking about everyone's favourite British chef, Gordon Ramsay.
You are so fucking arrogant. You don't even listen to your customers, let alone your staff.
You might remember him from such classics as Hell's Kitchen and the other ones.
Shut it down. Forget it.
However, one of his most bizarre shows was Hotel Hell. That's what we're going to be diving into today. Hi, I'm YouTube's popeyJN. This is Beyond the Screen. And today, we're having a look at the bizarre Gordon Ramsay show.
If you think the beer is rotten, you should see the clientele. Hotel Hell.
Hotel Hell aired from 2012 to 2016 and followed Michelin star chef Gordon Ramsay as he tried to turn around struggling hotels and inns around America. Does that sound familiar?
Does it?
Hey, Panini Head, are you listening to me?
Yes.
You're gonna kill someone. I've eaten here.
It was basically Kitchen Nightmares with a hotel. That was essentially it. And like me, you might be a little bit skeptical and be thinking, hey, Gordon Ramsay is one hell of a restaurateur, but what does he know about being a hotel owner? Or a hotelier? Is that a word? I don't know. It is now. Well, doing research for this video, I was actually gobsmacked to learn that Gordon Ramsay did in fact own a hotel called the York in Albany, which was in the middle of London, that he owned and operated until April of 2024. But don't look too hard on the reviews, okay? The reviews are not great. Failing air conditioners, failing TVs. I don't know why Gordon was on TV trying to tell people how to run their hotel when he couldn't even run his, but hey, you know what, that's just me. That's just me. So let's dive into Hotel Hell and what it was. Let's dive into episode 1 and 2 of season 1, which happened to be part 1 and part 2 of his visit to Juniper Hill Inn.
The historic Juniper Hill Inn sits on a hilltop above the quaint village of Windsor, Vermont. Built in 1902, the country mansion boasts 28 luxurious bedrooms and 2 grand dining rooms.
Juniper Hill Inn was a lovely estate that was built in 1902 in Windsor, Vermont. When Gordon arrived, it was owned and operated by Robert Dean II and his boyfriend Ari Nicky.
Antiques dealer Robert Dean II and his boyfriend Ari Nicky bought the business 6 years ago.
I've always thought that you should live with nice things if you can afford them.
You see how I said it was owned and operated? Not currently owned and operated? We're gonna get there. Don't you skip ahead. Don't you be greedy. Also, like and subscribe. Why not? I've earned it. When Gordon arrives, he is immediately greeted by Robert Dean II, who not only gives him like a weird history lesson of the hotel, but also chooses to kind of flex his wealth and all this really expensive, eccentric art that he's got around the place.
Robert obviously loves to show off all his expensive antiques, but as a guest, I don't feel comfortable. I feel like I'm in a museum.
This is the main formal dining room. 3 U.S. presidents have dined here.
Oh, really? Which ones?
Teddy Roosevelt, Calvin Coolidge.
Teddy Roosevelt dined in here. Wow.
I wanted to try to give him a little bit of sense of the history of Juniper Hill.
But uh-oh, when Gordon gets to his room, there's an issue.
I mean, this is a beautiful room, but what is that smell? I mean, seriously.
It does smell.
Yeah, but it smells shit. I mean, that is horrific. Oh my God, it smells like sewage.
The hotel room smells like sewage. Yeah, and you might be thinking to yourself, oh,
They might just be having a little bit of problems with plumbing in one room. That's fine. You know, it's nothing to get your panties in a twist over.
this room had been out of action for 3 months.
How much?
This room goes for $350 a night.
$350 a night for a room that smells of shit.
Well,
You're kidding me.
we haven't rented it, though.
Bloody hell.
It's been out of use for 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
It has been.
This is crazy.
It is crazy.
It just makes sense. I've got to get out of here. It stinks of shit. Is there another room?
Yes,
please?
I have room 2.
Bloody
Yeah.
hell.
I didn't realize.
$350 to be caked in shit.
And he tried to put Gordon Ramsay in that room. How dumb can you be? But Gordon does what Gordon does best and immediately goes down to the restaurant to order some lunch. Because this is basically kitchen nightmares. With a hotel room attached. Gordon eats the food. Surprise, surprise to no one, he hates the food.
I mean, that tastes dreadful. That thing tastes sort of washy and soapy.
And is astonished by the overpricing of the actual menu.
Darling, is this a prefix menu or?
Yeah.
Because there's no prices on here.
What sort of restaurant doesn't have prices on the menu? It's like a club for millionaires where, if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
How much is it for 3 courses?
$59.
$59. So if we had the lamb,
It would be
74.
People are horrified at the price of the food. This is why a lot of people think that Juniper Hill is snobbish.
Now strap in, ladies and gentlemen, this is the biggest revelation of these 2 episodes. Are you strapped in? If you're not strapped in, make sure that you're strapped in. And if you're already strapped in, unbuckle that strap and strap yourself back in, alright? And while you're at it, like and subscribe. The biggest revelation comes from Barbara, who is Gordon's server.
Barbara, what's wrong with this place?
Well,
In a nutshell.
don't get any people, like pulling teeth to get my paycheck.
You don't get paid?
It takes forever to get my paycheck, and when I do, it's usually something's left out.
But hold on a minute. You don't get paid, and when you do...
Not on time. We're supposed to get paid every 2 weeks.
So what do you earn a fortnight?
I made $6,000 this year.
$6,000 a year? That's ridiculous.
You know, you got to have the money flowing, and it's almost come to a standstill at this point. My last paycheck was $48.
Unbelievable. Robert's obviously got enough money to fill the guest rooms with fine art and antique furniture, but he doesn't pay his staff.
How do you not pay your fucking staff? Episode 2 continues with Gordon trying to dig a little deeper into what is actually going on in the operations of the hotel.
What do the colours mean? Help me understand that.
Green means they're paid in full. Red means they have not paid.
Oh my God.
I have 50 room nights. That's between November and December. Well,
Just
for
2
the
months.
average, they're $200 a night.
But it's like $10,000 in revenue.
That's $10,000.
They're running it almost like
clubhouse.
a clubhouse, almost like they're trying to buy friends. And
This is where Gordon learns that not only is Robert not paying his staff, he's also giving away free rooms and free food to his friends.
Robert had a slew of friends come and stay for free and eat for free for weeks at a time, and that's why they've been losing money since I've been here.
And then any tips that they are leaving, Robert's taking the fucking tips.
He's worked with the servers before and accepted a portion of the tips.
oh my God. Fucking hell. He's taking their bloody tips. Is it true that Robert takes a percentage of the tips?
Yes.
He does.
Yeah.
And what percentage of tips does he take?
What we get.
He gets the same as you.
Yeah. That's why we don't make anything here.
An owner has no right to take the staff's tips. And with all the room and food comps Robert is giving his friends, it's no wonder the inn is struggling.
Yeah, let that sink in just for a second. In the meantime, we also find out that Ari is funding this hotel with his life savings.
So, how much money have you put into this business personally?
More or less over $1 million.
$1 million. And how much have you seen back?
Nothing. It was all my severance packages, my income that when I was working, and then my retirement plans. Robert's savings are in artwork and antiques. I have supporting this in with my savings.
And not only that, but he wants the hotel to be their house. He doesn't even want it to be a hotel.
I'm not saying that I don't like the guests, but if you have ever been an innkeeper, it's 24/7. I would love this to be our private home.
When Gordon confronts Robert about not paying his staff and about the rooms that he's been giving away for free, Robert says to him, well, they at least tipped my staff.
I have to tell you that the reason I did that was because I thought that they would at least tip my staff.
When Gordon challenges him to call one of his friends, surprise, surprise, we learn just how bad this guy really is.
then I will call my friends and I will tell them, look, what happened?
You haven't got the fucking balls to call your friends and ask them to leave a tip.
Yes, I do.
Call them then.
I was under the impression that you and Greg left a tip. Did you leave a tip?
I left the money with you.
No. But you said you were going to send additional tip.
You mean,
I think my time's done here.
That was one of the things that I was hoping you had done.
if I didn't do what I was supposed to do, I'm very sorry, and
I left the money with you.
Well, wait a minute. There's others to call, too. Gordon.
Oh, dear.
Gordon has left. He thinks I'm stealing my staff's tips.
Yeah, he pocketed the tip that he was meant to give his staff. Understandably, Gordon leaves the inn very frustrated, but decides to turn back around because he has a plan.
I've come back. Not for you, but for the staff. They deserve better.
We're losing on average $15,000 to $20,000 a month.
Yeah.
And we are short. But you have a serious hobby of sort of an art collector and art dealer. I mean, you could open a museum. How many pieces do you have in there?
Oh, my God. Hundreds.
What are we talking about? Everything collectively. All those beautiful oil paintings, the expensive stuff.
At a suitable auction, maybe $300,000.
$300,000. And that would supplement you for the next 12 months, 18 months?
Yes, that would certainly get us through. That would get us through 2 years.
Right. There's something I want you to see. Yeah. I'd like you to come with me, please.
He has all of Robert's artwork collected up into one room and gets it appraised.
Amy, good morning.
Good morning, Gordon.
Nice to see you.
Gordon, great to see you.
Likewise, thank you so much for coming. We're in the shit, basically, and this stuff needs to go.
We need to raise as much money as possible. So what's the best price we can get for all this stuff?
And I'm not gonna lie, this part kind of made me laugh a little bit. I don't wish ill on many people in life, and maybe I'm the arsehole. Maybe I'll be on the Reddit as am I the arsehole for this? But I laughed a little bit at this next part.
I would say about 25,000.
Say that again?
25,000?
$25,000. All this?
All this.
And the painting?
The painting is a copy, and not a good one, I'm afraid.
How much is that worth?
I can't imagine what someone would pay for it. It's really very low value.
Wow. Robert, I thought you said it was expensive, 18th century.
Well, it's dated. I dated 17. So.
It is, but it's not actually of that period at all. I'm sorry.
Did you know that was a copy?
I did not know that that was a copy.
Lots of copies.
Reproductions.
Reproductions. We're hoping the ballpark of 300,000 to 400,000. 25 grand for everything.
Yeah.
That won't even get us through the next 5 weeks.
The art appraiser valued all of Robert's artwork at $25,000. All of this expensive artwork and collectibles that he was showing off to try and flex his wealth were fake. With this wake-up call now taking effect on Robert, the staff move forward in trying to transition the hotel. Gordon does his Ramsay renovation where he spruces up the hotel.
Overnight, my team has been working on a remarkable transformation, and with relaunch upon us, it's a chance for a fresh start for everyone.
Gone are those hideous sofas that nobody can sit and eat dinner in. Ari, what do you think?
Very nice. Very
You
nice.
like it?
Very open.
Excellent.
And revamps the menu because, duh, that's what he does.
As people turn up to check out the bar and sample the new menu I put together with Chef Julia.
They relaunch, it's a massive success. Now with the hotel on track for success, Gordon leaves.
Coffee.
I've come to say goodbye.
I was doing my
Look after
paychecks.
yourself. You're writing paychecks?
Yes.
Good luck with the place. It's a business.
Absolutely.
Look after yourself.
Uh-huh.
Look after Robert. And support him in all the right places.
Thank you.
Best wishes.
And that brings us to the end of our time at Juniper Hill Inn. But now you're probably wondering, well, what happened after
The episode, Popey. What happened?
I'm going to tell you, calm the fuck down. Doing some research for this video, I actually found out that the bank foreclosed on the property in 2014 with debts amounting $1.6 million. So they were still in operation 2 years after Gordon came and visited. In 2015, it was reacquired by a different owner, and they rebranded and opened it up as the Windsor Mansion Inn. But what happened to Robert and Ari? Well, this is where the story gets really fucking crazy. From court documents I was able to find online, In 2015, Ari was actually arrested and charged with a misdemeanor. This misdemeanor was for assault on a law enforcement officer, and he was set on a $500 bond that was paid for by Robert Dean. He also spent 10 days in jail while this was all proceeding. So all I'm imagining is this man in a cell with a cellmate, and the cellmate having to endure him just yelling,
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I am the boss.
The other interesting thing I found out is that Robert Dean actually now owns a little antique shop. He can't even tell what's an antique and what's fake. Why is he running an antique shop? But anyway, that's episode 1 and 2 of Hotel Hell. One of the most bizarre Gordon Ramsay shows I've ever seen, but I gotta be honest, it's a lot of fun to watch. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Beyond the Screen. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to do more deep dives into other episodes of Hotel Hell in the future. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.